Hey, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about the concept of old money and what that is. I have almost completed book that I have recommended some time ago. That will be Rich Dad Poor Dad. In that book, right in the end of the book, almost completed. Yeah, they considering this concept was introduced way before then, about somewhere around the middle of the book, but overall, within the finishing of the book, they keep bringing back into a better understanding how you should organize your finance and overall your mindset. If anything, when it comes to education and the way how you look at the finance, if I have to boil it down, this is what it comes down to. Education when it comes to finance and how you're organizing your money. Then allocating your money, you should think not about the particular sums themselves, but 100% and how you're allocating 100%. So how much of the money that you have coming in and going out, right? So having more attention and having becoming more conscious of the money going in and money going out, and having 100% and how you're allocating overall your 100%, not sums themselves, so that would be perhaps 10, 20, 30 pounds, euros, dollars coming in, but percentage wise, right? In book itself, there's a concept discussed where you should have two columns, right? So two columns would be assets and liabilities, and it's defined in the book of liabilities is where the money is going out, and asset it's vehicles that brings money in to most people or general public up there. They most likely they're exchanging their time for money, and they have this or perhaps only one system. Most of the people are, I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps most of the people have only one system exchanging their time for money, and not necessarily have that. But if anything, this video can be as a tool in bringing your own understanding of how the money can work. And in the book itself, it discusses this concept of having more assets and perhaps reducing your liabilities or number of liabilities, how the money is going out. So far, I hope it's very clear. I'm trying to make it as clear as possible for people of the assets is different systems or vehicles, or it could be businesses, investments, perhaps, because it's constantly changing, right? So it's assets, right? So different systems. I'll stick with that. Systems that potentially can generate your money, not necessarily only limited to exchanging your time for money. Liabilities is something where you are spending your money on all the time. It can be anything, right? For car payments, house payments, insurance, it can be many things. So once we understand this concept, money going in and money going out, right? So then we're discussing money going in, and we're discussing assets, different asset classes. Some of the people have 16 different classes, right? So just to put you into your understanding into perspective, once you stop exchanging perhaps your time for money directly, perhaps you begin thinking about different asset classes and how you can exchange perhaps your knowledge instead of your time directly for time to equal amount of money or something like that. Exchanging your knowledge, so that perhaps different investments or different businesses, different knowledge that you might have, and you increasing your asset classes, right? And your assets would begin bringing you money, right? So that's what we are discussing in this video. So you are trying to reduce liabilities and increase number of assets. And once you increase number of assets that would be there to bring you money, uh, money made from assets, not exchanging time for money, that would be perhaps it sometimes can take 5 years, sometimes it can take 10 years, it could be even generations, right? So depending of your overall philosophy or worldview. So now we can discuss what is old money. Old money refers to wealth that has been in a family for or multiple generations. It's typically contrast with the new money, which refers to wealth that has been recently acquired or generated within a relatively short period of time. Old money is often associated with established, aristocratic, or wealthy families who have maintained their wealth and social status over several generations. Characteristics of old money may include a long history of wealth and privilege, a sense of tradition and culture. So there is some culture identity, perhaps different businesses, different strategies, way of how yourself, you as an individual, how you're benefiting larger communities, perhaps large groups of people. And by doing that, when you're offering a lot of value over years, slow process, right? And different systems that we are discussing, how there would be perhaps sense of tradition, culture, established presence in high society. I don't know, perhaps different people have different understanding what they mean even by those words, high society, right? Old money families may have inherent their wealth throughout inheritance, land ownership, or investment that have been passed down there over generations. But either way, so there's a lot of different asset classes. If anything, I hope I'm not losing people who are watching this video by what I'm referring to. So and how you can do it, right? So the reason why I'm sharing this video. So different asset classes and money made, not necessarily exchanging time for money, brought from stacking up different asset classes, and then you start stacking those asset classes. Most likely, again, it would be only two things: owning different businesses or investing. So it's just two ways how to do it, right? Different businesses that could be warehouses that you might own. You might have fleet of vehicles, and those vehicles can potentially people working within those fleets can generate overall income coming in. So there's the different systems that can be with that, as well as warehouses, units, land, buildings that you can own that can keep bringing you money in, but that would be slow over time process, and the money would be coming in from those different assets, perhaps a number of different properties that you might be renting, or land that you own and rent, or perhaps run as agriculture business. For people out there who are interested in learning more, I have published a book, Rise Impact. In this book, I'm sharing a lot of information, where to begin, then establishing your first business. In this book, I'm sharing a lot of information, where to begin, then starting and running your first business, livestock enterprise, and I'm sharing a lot of information where to begin, in particular when starting your business from zero to your first $10,000 you respond, and how to achieve this milestone. I was trying to put all information in 100 pages, but it's way too much information to share, so I have put it into 138 pages. So it's just because there's so much information, as well as I'm looking for people to learn from that material or tools that I have here to offer, as well to achieve their goals. So hopefully I have shared enough information and there are enough examples so for people to take action and achieve their goals. You can find this book in the description below, as well as Top Retailers has it. As well as if we talk about old money and how you're looking to make a legacy, not necessarily make or just break even and to cover your own expenses. And if you were to think about some of the decisions that you are making or do things that you are doing every single day, we need to expand your time frame. So you not necessarily need to take on some of the projects that would be short-term projects, but would be overall thinking about long term and how you or some of the actions that you do, what impact those actions might have in the long term. That will be about 40, 50 years from now. So we need to think about more of the legacy. If anything, a best place to start is to improve your own education and personal development, and that's something that I'm looking to offer here with this channel, improving your own understanding And coming back to overall old money, that would be, statistically speaking, people who have made it, they did that with their own hands and their own understanding, and they do understand some of the decisions and how one decision has an impact on in different areas, and where and how that decision can one decision and importance of that decision, and how that decision has an impact on a number of different areas, just because of hard work and experience and try and error, I guess. But overall, it's important to note that these terms can somewhat subject that are often used in discussion about social classes and wealth, and they have carry different connotations in different contexts, as well as perhaps if you haven't heard about it, about old money and about third generation, where you usually the third generations of groups of people that will lose everything, right? So whatever first generation of people build it, second generation perhaps enjoy all that, and third generations most likely would lose everything. Not necessarily, statistically speaking, that's normal what's happening, but that's not necessarily causation and what will happen. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.